Good morning, namaste, love, and greetings to everyone. True Patriot here, also known as CC2 Arms. And on behalf of Volunteer Agriculture, True Living Organic Farms, we're back again. And I figured rather than go down the rabbit hole myself, I figured I'd bring some of you all with me. I'll give you all the opportunity to see the scripted nature of your reality just a bit. I'm going to go ahead and give some credits for this video, and then we'll get into it a little bit more. The first one that I have to mention is, and I will put a link to these two channels in the description below. But anyway, I watched a video a couple days ago. Hacking the Headlines channel had put out, and the title of the video is "Donald Trump is not who you think he is." Of course, we know that the world's a stage, and in this divine comedy, all of the care actors have a script. We know that presidents are not elected, but are, on the other hand, selected. They're just actors, folks. They're just like any other actor. But their video, covered that in such a way that they made it a little bit easier to explain than I could have. I hadn't given it much thought. It was information I had already known, but they did an excellent job. I was fortunate to have gotten to see it, and I appreciate the work that they put into it. Then all of a sudden today, I get up this morning, I'm sitting here, I'm still drinking my coffee. I noticed that Shaking My Head Productions and their channel has a video that had come out last week. I had meant to see it, I put it off, I hadn't sat down and watched it yet. But it's all scripted. The Beast Wants Your Soul is the title of the video. And it's funny because I've got it paused at the exact moment that, I skipped forward just a little bit. Actually, I skipped forward about 13 minutes into the video. And it was so coincidental. I mean, not coincidental, because there is no coincidence. It's, our reality is completely scripted. But where we got in the point of the video, where I skipped forward to, magically popped up to a section. And what makes it so funny is that just last night I was speaking to a good friend that I will let remain nameless, but I was on Google Hangouts speaking to a buddy, and this exact topic, this exact subject was mentioned. And then I inadvertently skipped forward in the video to begin with. I didn't even mean to jump forward, but I did. Anyway, I'm going to pull this up, and we're going to go through this, and we're going to listen to these two brief segments. And anyway, enjoy, folks.
This will be the year the American people say enough is enough.
Now, what's odd about that is that the enough is enough is a saying that there's nothing new under the sun, folks. Donald Trump, or the Donald of Trumps, is not saying enough is enough by coincidence, chance, or anything else. Let's get on Google and and see what Google has to say about the whole enough is enough. Of course, many of you will recognize this. This is the Illuminati card game, and this is card number 345, in which a figure that bears an uncanny resemblance to the Donald of Trumps is saying that at any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. And this figure looks an awful lot like the Donald of Trumps. Odd, right? So I had to Google, and let's do this for posterity's sake. Let's Google enough is enough. Now, here was what the first thing that struck out to me was when I Googled enough is enough. This was the very thing that, and I don't know how many of you will see it or even know what I'm talking about. I didn't even get the opportunity to scroll down the screen, as not only myself but others have covered the way to no man cometh unto the Father except by me. I'm not going to get all religious or spiritual or, Christian zealot on you or nothing. But we've covered the 101 topic extensively in the Truther community, folks. And look, there you go, right there. And I don't even know what that is. Apparently this enough is some kind of 501. Oh, wow. Coincidentally, that I even said that. A 501(c) nonprofit corporation. Of course it is. Of course it is. But I digress. Let's scroll down a little further, see what else we see here. Barbra Streisand. Enough is enough. Oh, enough is enough. It's time to revolt. Still scrolling down here. Yeah. Odd. Odd to say the least. But anyway, let's get back to our video. Apologies for these little brief interruptions, folks. Just trying to keep it real. I'm just trying to keep it honest. I'll shut up for a minute. We'll watch the rest of this clip, and then I have another clip that we're going to watch with it, and then I'll let you all get back to your normally scheduled programming.
This will finally be the year the American people say enough is enough. Enough is enough.
It was the American people saying enough is enough. They're fed up.
And say enough is enough.
Say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And we do not tolerate this kind of behavior in this country.
Me, the guy who goes to The Apprentice and sold steaks. But enough is enough. It has to be stopped. It has to be stopped now. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Now, you can't possibly think these things are all a coincidence at this point, right? Are you starting to see your scripted reality for what it is? Well, if not, there's still plenty to go. I even saved the best for last. Next, we have some more predictive programming of the Trump presidency in the Illuminati card deck. Now, the Illuminati card deck has also predicted a number of other events, but the Trump presidency is certainly on the top of the list. Here we can see the card Enough is Enough. And as you can see here, he even has a quote, "Part of being a winner is knowing when enough is enough." Exactly what it says on his Illuminati card, which you can see his face very clearly. It's a perfect match, pretty much. And on this card it says, "At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day." Oh, but that's not all. Perhaps some of the most disturbing examples of predictive programming can be found in children's television programming. And yes, it's called programming for a reason. We can see how they are clearly molding and bending the young minds out there to accept their scripted and fake reality from a very early age. This first example comes from an episode of a children's show called Sheriff Callie's Wild West, which just so happened to air the day before President Trump was elected. And in this episode, Sheriff Callie is challenged in her re-election bid by an ill-tempered, cattle-thieving dog with awful hair, named Trusty Rusty. He ends up winning the election by rigging it, and then he surrounds himself with incompetent yes-men and starts changing the laws to suit and enrich himself, all while threatening those who speak out against him. And then he actually takes former Sheriff Callie and throws her in jail. And Sheriff Callie, of course, represents Hillary Clinton. But this is not the only prophetic piece of children's programming that we can find. In the 2014